Hello and welcome. Hey, if you're thinking about buying a new home here in Colorado, especially in one of those awesome, fast-growing new communities, you are definitely going to want to stick around for this. We're about to break down a topic that can have a huge impact on your monthly budget: metro districts.
So let's just start with a big question. You found it, the perfect new construction home. The price looks right. But is it possible there's a pretty significant cost hiding just below the surface that you haven't really accounted for yet?
Because, we're not talking about some small fee here. In a lot of cases, we're talking about an extra $300 to $500, sometimes even more tacked onto your total housing payment every single month. And that's on top of your mortgage, your normal property taxes, and any HOA fees.
Okay, so what in the world is actually behind this extra cost? Let's dive in and figure out what a metro district really is.
A metropolitan district, or just metro district for short, is basically a financing tool. You can think of it as a special taxing authority that developers get to use to issue bonds, and those bonds are what pay for all the public infrastructure a brand new community needs. And look, these taxes pay for all the tangible things that make a new neighborhood so appealing in the first place. We're talking about the roads you drive on, the water systems, beautiful parks and trails, and even those awesome community amenities like swimming pools and clubhouses. Okay, so this is the part you really need to remember. The Metro District tax is its own separate thing. It is not your HOA fee, and it's an extra layer on top of your standard property taxes. It's how those big infrastructure bonds get paid back over, say, 20 to 40 years, and it's an item that's just so easy to miss if you don't know you should be looking for it. So, how does this actually translate into dollars and cents for you? Well, to figure that out, we need to get familiar with a key term called a mill levy. It's really the foundation for figuring out the real cost to your wallet.
All right, let's just walk through a real-world example together. We'll start with a home that has a market value of $500,000, a pretty common price point for new construction in a lot of parts of Colorado right now.
Now, here's a key thing. Property taxes aren't based on the market value, but on what's called the assessed value. In Colorado, the residential assessment rate is currently 6.7%. So, for our $500,000 home, the value for tax purposes is actually $33,500.
And this is where that mill levy comes into play. A mill is simply $1 for every $1,000 of assessed value. So let's say our district has a 60 mill levy. We just multiply our assessed value by those 60 mills, and that gives us a total annual metro tax of $2,010.
And when you break that down, you see the real impact on your budget. It's about $168 added to your payment every single month. And remember, that's just for a 60 mil levy. Some districts are way higher, which can really push that monthly cost up.
So knowing the cost is one thing, but is it an automatic deal breaker? Not necessarily. Let's actually look at the trade-offs so you can decide if a home in a metro district is the right call for you and your family.
It's really a balancing act. You see, a lot of times, homes in metro districts have a lower initial price tag. That's because the cost of all that shiny new infrastructure is financed over time. It's not just baked into the sticker price. Plus, you get amazing amenities right from day one. The drawback, of course, is that higher long-term monthly cost and the fact that, mill levies can sometimes change.
And now for the most important part, putting all this knowledge into action. Here is a checklist that's going to help you move forward with total confidence as you're out there searching for your home.
These 5 questions are your shield. Seriously. Don't just ask for the current mill levy. You need to ask for the maximum it could ever be. Find out when those bonds are set to be paid off, because that's when the tax might go down. And this is a huge one. Ask if there are multiple overlapping districts, because yes, sometimes you can be paying into more than one. And just so you know where to be on high alert, this isn't some rare thing you might run into. Metro districts are extremely common in the fastest-growing new build areas all across northern Colorado. We're talking places like Timnath, Windsor, Johnstown, and a bunch more. If you're looking there, you are almost guaranteed to encounter one. So, we'll leave you with this final thought. Metro districts aren't really good or bad. They're just a tool to fund all this growth. The real power is knowing the numbers and asking the right questions. Now that you understand the cost, you can confidently decide for yourself, what are you getting for that money, and is that trade-off actually worth it to you?